Happy New Year, everyone. 2023, bring it on. We are back again. We finished the lessons of A Course in Miracles, and now we're going to go into 30 days of radical acceptance. So I received a couple of downloads for the first 2 days, so we're in luck, at least that far. And the first idea that the guidance wants to plant in our minds is, I am not alone, and this is not all of me. So if you can get yourself in front of a mirror, check out your reflection, and say those things out loud or think them in your mind, I am not alone, this is not all of me. So this comes from this idea that we have a really big misunderstanding of reality. And when we do look in the mirror, we see this one human face, this one identity. My name's Sherry. This is what I see when I look in the mirror. What I don't realize is that I have an oversoul, and that there are many, many, many other incarnated or beings that are part of my collective that I am not consciously aware of. Some are in bodies, some are not. They're in planets all over the galaxy. Like, I have no idea. And so the guidance that I received was to focus on the idea of that. Even if it sounds a little bit far out, a little weird, we are a giant, beautiful spirit being. And certainly we're in other places doing other things at one time. So we're part of a collective. Our Oversoul provides us guidance. We are receiving guidance from all of our guides and teachers. We basically have a spirit team. And we just finished doing the lessons of A Course in Miracles. So we're really working with the Holy Spirit. And it's very important that one of our focus areas in 2023 is to surrender to the Holy Spirit. Give it away. When things are coming up in your life, difficult questions, bad feelings, give it away to the Holy Spirit. And know that you're going to receive just the guidance that you need, just the soothing, peaceful feelings that you need to continue on to your next event of the day. So what we're being asked to do right now, in this understanding that we are much more than what we see in the mirror, is that we really need to pick up the pace with our forgiveness practice. So the way this works is you're going to really be paying more attention to your mind and really have all these lessons from A Course in Miracles popping up on a regular basis. I am not my body. I am free. I am still as God created me. I don't know what anything is for, and on and on and on. So as these ideas begin to surface more in your mind, do your best to call on help from the Holy Spirit. Don't just try to do it all yourself. In fact, the doing and the pushing is probably what got us here in the first place, right? So your Oversoul is this very massive, sparkling, powerful being that is giving you a lot of support and guidance. And as you step up the pace on your forgiveness practice, you will be met with even more. So that's a place where you have to trust and surrender again, knowing that you're going to be receiving and knowing that you're part of this collective. So one of the beautiful things that came out of this stream of consciousness is that we're already part of a team. So if you are feeling depression or loneliness, or you're grieving a loss of a human being or an animal being, or something really devastating is going on in your life, this is a temporary experience for you. And yes, there are plenty of opportunities to feel those feelings and bond with the beings around you as you go through this experience, but this is temporary. And you have a huge variety of non-physical galactic support, beings who are helping you, supporting you always through all of your trials and tribulations and difficulties, wanting what's best for you. So you have to start believing that you're part of a larger collective that you just can't see with your body's eyes. You're never, ever, ever alone. And the other thing that I want to mention here is you just completed the lessons of A Course in Miracles. You're part of a human collective that is making a decision, stepping out on faith, believing in this forgiveness practice, this forgiveness work. So you're part of a smaller kind of collective cohort across humanity that is actually growing exponentially from what I'm being told. But you're part of this group that is waking up to the truth about reality, the truth about what seems like it's happening or not happening. And you're choosing love more often than you're choosing fear. And that's what it's going to take this year, 2023. Step up your forgiveness practice. Believe that you're part of this larger human cohort that is growing and growing. People who have been doing the lessons of A Course in Miracles or any sort of, spiritual classic. People are being motivated to simply meditate more or, participate in any kind of a belief system that brings them to inner peace, doing forgiveness work, kind of moving into their higher self version of themselves more than the small self. So you are part of that cohort. You have answered the call. So essentially what's going on is, if you look out into the world for proof of, well, Sherry, I don't know if I believe you. It doesn't seem like the world is getting any better. So if you intentionally go and look for proof on the internet or on the television or anywhere where there are people who may or may not be participating in a spiritual practice, you could just talk yourself out of all the miracles that are right there in front of you. Because that proof is a little game, that seeking proof is a game that we're playing with ourselves. It's all about separation. It's all about reinforcing these beliefs that have been programmed into our mind throughout our childhood and adulthood through the media and so forth. So stop looking for information to the contrary. Know that what you're doing is incredible work. It's very brave and courageous because you're pulling yourself away from the dominant messaging and narrative of our culture. So to close this off here, the first thought that I want you to have each day, to the best of your ability to remember this, is I am not alone. You are not alone. This is not all of me. All right. And you're going to use this year to open your mind even more to understand in a better way what and who you truly are. All right. So that is the first day of acceptance teaching from me and my guides. And what I'm also doing with all of you is we're just turning the page in the Course in Miracles. Here is the first section of the Manual for Teachers. So I would definitely encourage you to read the introduction to the Manual for Teachers. It really sets the stage in an excellent way. And I just underlined a few comments that are a few sentences that I want to read, and then we will be done with this video today. So the section number 1 is, who are God's teachers? A teacher of God is anyone who chooses to be one. They come from all over the world. They come from all religions and from no religion. They are the ones who have answered the call. The call is universal. It goes on all the time, everywhere. Many hear it, but few will answer. It does not matter who the teacher was before he heard the call. And that's all that I highlighted in there. So just know that you are part of a cohort. You are not alone. And it doesn't matter who you were before you heard the call, before you answered the call. So again, this is about that mirror of self-reflection. It's time to forgive yourself, to let go of the past, to kind of shake off all the interference that might be coming in, and truly know that you're on a path that is more and more clearly out in front of you. And it does take a brave and courageous person to be on this path and to do this work in the world. And what you're doing matters. Whenever you think, well, it's a waste of my time to do this forgiveness work, and these people or these situations, they don't feel it, it doesn't matter. It's not true. It's just not true. And that's an ego-based thought, fear-based thought that wants to talk you out of your role now as a teacher of God. So thanks everyone for joining me. Happy 2023. I hope you had a wonderful celebration and you're moving forward into life with a wonderful set of intentions and a good attitude. And I'll see you again tomorrow.